Lord be with you.
And also with you.
The Holy Gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ according to Luke.
Glory to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Jesus came down with them and stood on a level place, with a great crowd of his disciples and a great multitude of people from Judea, Jerusalem, and the coast of Tyre and Sidon. They had come to hear him and to be healed of their diseases. And those who were troubled with unclean spirits were cured. And all in the crowd were trying to touch him, for power came out from him and healed all of them. Then he took his disciples and said, "Blessed are you who are poor, for yours is the kingdom of God. Blessed are you who are hungry now, for you will be filled. Blessed are you who weep now, for you will laugh. Blessed are you when people hate you, and when they exclude you, revile you, and defame you on account of the Son of Man. Rejoice in that day and leap for joy, for surely your reward is great in heaven. For that is what their ancestors did to the prophets. But woe to you who are rich, for you have received your consolation. Woe to you who are full now, for you will be hungry. Woe to you who are laughing now, for you will mourn and weep. Woe to you when all speak well of you, for that is what their ancestors did to the false prophets." The Gospel of Christ.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Morning. I want to thank you for your interest in hearing my story and celebrating Black History Month. I will share with you something of my life, the joys and the pain, and how the journey has made me who I am today. And by the grace of God, I am blessed to be able to share with you what injustices are ours to correct or repent, and what courage and faith is ours to bring whatever life brings to us. Growing up in a small town in Nova Scotia with my mom and dad and 17 kids was a happy, noisy, busy, and joyful experience. My dad, Aubrey Joseph, who immigrated from Barbados and worked as a coal miner, was a very gentleman and our protector. My mom, Emma Louise, is a native of Nova Scotia with a Black, Métis, and Irish bloodline. Mom was a disciplinarian of the family. We didn't get past her without a few whacks here and there. Sorry. I wanted to pause, but I didn't think it would take this. As you can see by the photo, a mob like this showed the fun side of my mom's nature. We took turns riding the mob while Mom pushed it, accomplishing 2 chores, exercise and beautifully polished floors. Talk about ingenuity. We had fun playing with each other and with our friends at school. The only church where we lived was the Anglican church, where we were involved in Sunday school and vacation Bible school. Looking back on those days, life was great. We were happy children until the 9th month. Until the 9th month told us the sad news that our dad had passed away. This shattered our lives. My mom, only 38 years old at the time, tried to keep up, but according to the folks in our town, was too much for my mom to handle. The Anglican congregation took up a petition and presented it to the minister to have the 9 younger siblings placed in care. It took 2 years for the courts to decide that we would go to an orphanage. I was taken with 8 siblings to the Bancroft Orphanage in Sydney River, Nova Scotia, miles away from our home. Because Mom was restricted from contacting us in any way, my grade primary teacher, Berta Robinson, and my grade 2 teacher, Florence McLeod, would visit us and go back and let Mom know that we were okay. Life in Bancroft was humiliating. Picture this: black children in a white orphanage in an age of white supremacy and segregation. I confided to Mrs. Robinson and Mrs. McLeod about the treatment and abuse we encountered. I begged them to see if they could find another place for us to go. They found an orphanage in Halifax named the Nova Scotia Home for Colored Children. They found my Garden of Eden, or so I thought. I found my Waterloo instead. Right off the bat, we were taken into a room and were sized up by the powers that be. One looked at us and said, "Not very P-R-E-T-T-Y." I was offended by that comment and responded, "No, but we are S-M-A-R-T." I think I was doomed from that point. Life in the orphanage was terrifying. In this orphanage, I was insulted frequently about my appearance, particularly regarding the darkness of my skin. You can imagine what that did to my self-esteem. And this is an orphanage for colored children, I ask you. It appeared to me that the orphans with the lighter skin got approval, and we got punishment, which would happen for no reason. However, by the grace of God, I was spared being raped by staff members. Sadly, the light-skinned girls were not so lucky. The one great thing I can say about this place, however, was that I was given piano and voice lessons, and I won scholarships for both. God had given me a love for music and then provided the way for me to express it. Singing, we did a radio program every Christmas on CBC, singing to raise funds for the home. My younger siblings were taken by foster families, while myself and my remaining 4 siblings were kept in the orphanage for 8 years. In 1962, at the age of 17, a ray of hope in the form of an activist appeared into my life. Dr. Carrie Best agreed to take those of us Marshalls remaining to live with her in New Glasgow, Nova Scotia. There I continued my singing and piano, spreading my talent, and earning the name Nova Scotia's Mahalia Jackson. Boy, what an honor. I sent Reverend Janet an article on Dr. Best, and so she asked me if I would include some of it. So I invite her to do so now.
Thank you, Emily. Dr. Carrie Best, who Emily has stayed with and is one of her mentors. Many people do not know this about her. You know Viola Desmond, you've heard her story. She's on our national stamp in terms of standing up for herself in the Roseland Theater. What you might not know is a woman that Emily was with, who mentored her, actually did this before. And so this article appeared, and I asked if we could share some of it with you. But first, about Carrie Best, Dr. Carrie Best. Neither her mother or father could read, yet they laid down the foundation of fairness and dignity of their African roots, and they urged their children to resist the racist culture that labeled them inferior. These words of wisdom would have extreme influence on their daughter Carrie and grandson Calvert. What happened in 1941, remember that Viola's being arrested for sitting in the white seats at the Roosevelt Theater was in 1946. So this is happening in and that's considered a landmark in history for Canada in her fighting for those rights. But what happened in 1941 was from Carrie Best is this. A bunch of the schoolgirls went to the theater, and they were not allowed to sit with everyone else but in a segregated section. All the African Canadian high school girls refused to comply. They were forcibly removed. Carrie Best acted immediately. She began her fight for racial equality by personally raising the discrimination issue with the Roosevelt Theater. And this is the letter that she sent as a young woman, to the owner of the theater, N.W. Mason. Dear Mr. Mason, I sincerely trust that this is the last time that I shall be forced to undergo the humiliating and undemocratic treatment that I have been forced to undergo from your employees at the Roosevelt Theater. It should not be necessary for me to remind them that I am a citizen and taxpayer in the town, and as such have the right under British law to sit in any public place I wish to while I enter and exit in a clean, orderly manner. I have spent the entire afternoon conducting a personal Gallup poll to see if this rule is a carryover from the faraway days of slavery, or if this is the rule of the board of directors and shareholders of the Roosevelt Theater. Scores of respected citizens were amazed to believe that such tactics are practiced on decent, law-abiding citizens, and when the time comes, have said they will not hesitate to speak against it. Today I speak for one family, the Best. I will ask, no, I will demand, to be given the same rights as other nationalities of the Dominion of Canada. And today I speak for my family only. As I am too tired to come to the theater tonight, I respectfully request you, sir, to instruct your employees to sell me the ticket I wish when next I come to the theater, or I shall make public every statement made to me by you and your help of Negroes being dirty and smelly, etc. And have you taken it upon yourself to evict high school girls of irreproachable character from your office? Please get this straight, Mr. Mason. If respectable colored people are cowardly enough to put up with such treatment, they are welcome. I speak today for no family but my own. And if you wish a public controversy both pro and con as to whether you have the power of a dictator to decide in a British town who is a citizen and who isn't, you can have it. If my words are clear and strong, I wish you could have heard some of the citizens who do not believe such a thing is possible in times like these. The statement of your employee to me that no colored person can sit downstairs in the Capitol Theater in Halifax is a lie of the first order, as I have and always do sit there. And I am sure the public will be interested to hear all this. I am coming to the theater Monday. And we'll just flip to see the theater and I'll give you her reply. Dear Mrs. Best, well there's no dear, it's just Mrs. Best. On Monday afternoon, December 29th, that was her letter. And then this is just an aftermath. On Monday afternoon, December 29th, Carrie Best arrived at the Roosevelt Theater and placed 2 quarters on the ticket seller's counter and asked for 2 downstairs seats. Carrie and Calvert entered the downstairs section, and what transpired next was the same treatment that Viola Desmond would receive 4 years later. Carrie and son were forcibly removed by the police, and during this time period there were no Canadian statutes expressly prohibiting racial segregation in public facilities. Carrie Best hired a local lawyer and charged Mr. Mason with discrimination. The short Supreme Court trial was a farce. Carrie Best lost the case, and she had to pay the Roosevelt Theater owner $156.07. The jury did not find the theater people acted improperly, and this racial incident was a life-changing moment for Carrie Best and for Calvert, both embarked on careers that would change Canadian history and help establish and improve racial equality understanding and respect for all society's men. Thank you for that article.
The blacks in Nova Scotia all belong to the Baptist Church. Henceforth, this is a church I attended, joined the choir, and was baptized. Our choir became well known, and we were invited to Prince Edward Island to sing as well. I was in seventh heaven. I lived with Dr. Best and attended school until I was told that I had to go with my aunt to Halifax to live with her and babysit her young son. I had to leave school and my friend Mrs. Best and go with my aunt to Halifax. While in Halifax, my aunt was told that the company needed her in Toronto, and in 1966 we headed there. When I arrived in Toronto, I was reunited with my older siblings, who I hadn't seen since we were taken away. In Toronto, I realized that I did not want babysitting to be my life's goal, so I decided to go back to school. I enrolled in an adult retraining program where I learned how to type and upgrade my English, math, and resume skills. Upon graduation, I joined the workforce, securing a job with Revenue Canada, where I remained for 21 years. During this time, I was blessed with two amazing daughters. In 2008, I moved to London to be close to my daughters and grandchildren who resided here at the time. Upon retirement in 2010, my mobility went downhill. I joined a senior swim group and cherished the friendships I have made there. The positive feedback I am getting now makes me feel, hey, I'm cute. And with the help of God, I am on the mend and getting stronger every day. Throughout my journey, I have never doubted God's presence with me, holding my hand and guiding me forward. When I was sad or hurting, He was there. When I was feeling degraded, He was there. He was there, and of course, when I was hopeful, He was there. God also brought significant people into my life who helped me sustain my faith. One in particular was Carrie Best. In her home, I was treated with dignity and respect and felt that at last I was in a place where I belonged. In tough times, I keep telling myself with complete certainty, with God's help, I'm going to get through. Thanks be to God. Life has had its ups and downs, but I can stand here today, smile, and know in my heart, my God is an awesome God who got me through the pain and suffering I experienced. I stand here today, a proud mother, grandmother, sister, and friend, and share my experiences with a song in my heart. Thank you for your undivided attention, and God bless.